Breaking news tonight. We heard from Elon Musk just a few hours ago, about 4 hours ago. He said 5 o'clock Eastern, he was going to release the truth about why Twitter banned the Hunter Biden laptop story before the 2020 election. It has enormous implications about presidential elections, about political favoritism within the largest social media operation that influences political thought in America. He said he was going to do it at 5 o'clock on a Friday, which in and of itself is pretty curious. And 2 hours later, he has yet to release anything meaningful. We are, of course, monitoring Elon Musk's Twitter thread now at 7 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night, which is probably exactly what he wants us all to do, again, without anything meaningful being released. Chadwick Moore is with us, author, commentator, the latest book we have. Thank you for it. So you've been sent to diversity training. Is he playing us all for fools?
Well, it is interesting, the 5 o'clock on a Friday dump. Well, allegedly now it's 7 and it's just now rolling out. But that's typically what you do when you want a story to go away, you know, if you release something on a Friday. Monday, if you want to get traction. So now he has journalist Matt Taibbi doing the dump for him. And he's just shared a screenshot of it. Taibbi is, as far as I know, a liberal journalist, but one of these journalists who's kind of recently come out against the establishment, sort of calling out the left's bad moves and censorships and lies. So Taibbi is now tweeting what they're called the Twitter files. Yeah,
he's saying both parties had access to tools, I guess, to talk to Twitter.
Right.
For instance, the 2020 requests from both the Trump White House and the Biden campaign were received and honored to somehow decide what was and was not allowed on Twitter. But this goes to sort of the level of seriousness that Elon Musk is taking this. He tweeted at 2 o'clock, hey, we're going to release it at 5. At 5:40, he says, oh, we're still checking a few facts. If you want to release massive information that you want us all to take seriously about presidential politics, don't you check your facts first before saying, oh, we're going to do this?
It seems a little fly-by-night, right? You would think this would all be ready to go. Maybe they had some last things to stitch up. For one example, though, Epstein was trending on Twitter a little bit ago. People were worried that something might have happened to Elon as he was about to release all this information. But
doesn't this though play to everybody who loves Elon Musk and what he's doing for Twitter? This will be awesome with the popcorn, okay? The lack of seriousness, the lack of probity, the lack of gravitas, doesn't this just play into the narrative from the left and from MSNBC and CNN and others that he can't be trusted, that he's just sort of doing this on a lark?
Well, part of his appeal is that he's having a good time, and this sort of behavior from him that you might think is juvenile or what annoys the people who hate him the most, and I think he's enjoying that. I think a lot of people enjoy that about him.
Yeah, okay, I get that at some level people may enjoy that when it's about SpaceX and when it's about Tesla cars. But he's talking about freedom of speech and things that are really fundamental to American democracy. He doesn't seem to be treating it with the seriousness that it deserves. I just don't get it.
Well, Twitter originally was this very open place for free speech. If you remember the Wild West days of Twitter, and what's happening now, especially in the last few years, is it's been weaponized by political forces who want to censor things. The biggest thing we have right now on the drop, and we're still monitoring it, is that the Biden administration specifically was emailing Twitter, targeting tweets and personalities to be censored. And Twitter employees were responding, gotcha, done, completed. So this is a big story. Now, if the federal government...
Didn't we already assume that?
We already assumed that, right, but now we have the actual proof of it.
Right, and according to this, the Trump campaign was doing the same thing.
Right, but we don't know. We haven't seen the examples for that yet. We don't know who was getting the preferential treatment. But why should Twitter be acting on behalf of either campaign? Hopefully this will end now with Elon Musk. Hopefully that's going to change. But what we're seeing now is, I don't know if we're going to learn anything new with the Hunter Biden laptop. I think we already know exactly what happened there and who colluded to have that story silenced. But it will be interesting to see if something does come out in this report. Or what else they have for us that we don't already know.
It's just fascinating to me, the timing. You pointed out at the very top, right? Just from a process standpoint, we all know in Washington, you call it taking out the trash at 5 o'clock on Friday. You know, it's holiday party time. Everybody's out having a good time at 5, 7 o'clock on Friday nights. If you really want to do this, you do it Monday at noon, and you have a press conference, and you lay everything out, and you have handouts. Bizarre to me. Hey, Chadwick, great conversation as always. Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you in person, my friend.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Good to see you. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.